Hello! Welcome to another knitting tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how yarn overs are done. So yarn overs are used to create little gaps in your stitching if you're working a lace pattern, but it is also a great way to add some dimension to a stitch, to a project, if you're also decreasing at the same time. Yarn over, it's considered an increase. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to knit a few stitches like normal, just to have a setup. So now, usually for knitting, I'm going to have my yarn in the back. For a yarn over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the yarn around the needle and bring it down to the front. And then I'm going to work my knit stitch. So what this is going to do is, you'll see right there on my needle, right there, this is creating an extra stitch. So now I have 4 stitches, whereas before I only had 3. And if you're working a knit project and you aren't sure, so there's another one, if you did a yarn over where you were supposed to, if you look at the work, you'll see, here's the first one I did, how this stitch starts over here, and if I hold everything steady and twist, it doesn't end as its own stitch, it kind of diagonals into the next one. That's how you know that you did a yarn over. So I'll show you how to do it again. We'll do 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and then knit the stitch. See, so if you spread your work apart, you kind of see it jumps from one stitch all the way to the next one. So I'm going to finish this row. I'll put another one in there. And this is a great way to do increases if you're doing, like I was saying, like a eyelet or a lace pattern, because it makes little holes. So I'm gonna just knit this row, and then I'll show you what the eyelets look like from the yarn overs. And when you're knitting into a yarn over, like this one, so you'll see it's just the yarn being wrapped around the needle. You work into it just like you would a regular stitch. It might feel a little looser, depending on how loose or tightly you wrapped the yarn around the needle. So just keep an eye on that. Alright, so we're just going to finish this row here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I finished this row. So now if I look at my work, you'll see that there's some holes in it now. One here, and one back here. So those are there because of the yarn over. You had the yarn jump over, like almost playing leapfrog, from one stitch to another. And then you'll see here, there is now a new stitch there because I worked into the yarn over. And you can see my project is a lot wider than when we started, because I've done 3 increases here. So that is how you work yarn overs, and I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to teaching you more knitting soon.